right, we'll start the meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, welcome everyone. Tom, like the roll call, please.
Mayor King.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Here.
Councilmember Postma.
Present.
Baker.
Right here.
Baskin.
Present.
Fisher.
Present.
Bashusta.
Present.
Kelly.
Yes.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a motion for the adoption of the agenda with the additions to the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under item number 2 is approving our minutes from December 4th, 2023, and truth and taxation hearing on December 6th, 2023.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 3, recognitions and awards. I understand we may have.
Oh, we do. We
Councilman.
have an unscheduled piece of recognition.
Okay.
For those of you that were here several months ago, I might have given Stephen Lang a hard time about the proposed auctioning of a 2006
Truck?
plow. I'd like you to come up and accept my recognition to you. This is engraved with the finest Sharpie available. The Stephen Lang 2006 Sterling POS plow. POS is a civil engineering term. Is that correct? Sold for $35,250. A good $10,000 better than expected. More importantly, it says, "You were right, I was wrong." Come up here and accept your recognition. And then proving that I had less sense than I thought, on the way out, we doubled down and I said, "Bet you beer it won't sell for anything." So I have now cleared my conscience. Congratulations to you and your, no, that's for you, brother. I can't stand that stuff.
All right, thank you.
Well, that's what I'm gonna pay, so.
Looking forward to seeing how the minutes reflect this.
All BS aside, that's $10,000 or so the city didn't have
To take
until
the risk
Stephen
on you.
outsmarted the rest of us.
Thank you.
Well done.
Very nice, that's great. All right, on item number 4 is a motion for the consent agenda with the addition.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
That motion carries. Thank you. Under the public hearing, item number 5 is a resolution on our 5-year capital improvement plan. Thomas?
Your Honor, this is the public hearing required for the adoption of our capital improvement plan for the years 2024 through 2028. In total, we're proposing just over $176.5 million related to infrastructure, vehicles, et cetera, within the city of Austin over the next 5 years. Clearly, the treatment plant takes a huge amount of that, but this was gone over at the work sessions with different department heads in their sections, and at this point in time, we'd open it up for the public discussion before council we propose council approve it.
All right. And the capital improvement plan is something we kind of live by. I know you do a ton of work on that. Thank you, Tom. I think my neighbors are here. Is this why you're here? It's not, it's the road project, but I'd just soon maybe let you guys off the hook and get out of here early if we can. It's a public hearing, so it's really not CIP related, but I guess for the benefit of you folks to get you in and get you heard, I think we should be willing to hear you. And then there'll be time down the road in February and March for more further deep dive into add the sidewalk or not add the sidewalk. So is there a spokesperson, Paul, or?
I'll start, Mayor. First, I'd like to say thank you to all the council members and Mayor for your service. to the
State your name
community.
too, please.
My name is Paul Monacchio.
And the address.
And my address is 1910 9th Street Southwest.
Very good, thank you.
I've lived there for 30 years now. And I've lived in Austin pretty much since 1982 when I came up here from Hormel, from the Ford Dodge plant. But I'd like to thank the mayor and the council members for the service to the community. I think we live in a wonderful community. We love living here. I have great neighbors. Not all of them are here, but we have a really good neighborhood. And basically, when we found out that there was possibility of sidewalks, I took it upon myself to get a consensus from all our neighbors on who was being favored of it, who wouldn't be. And there's 35 homes between 17th Avenue and 22nd Avenue. I've been able to contact 30 people, 31 actually, and the vote that I came up with was 29 against, 1 for, and 1 on the fence. And some of the things that have come up from our neighbors are, there's 46 mature trees on there that are going to be affected at some point or other with this. There's 12 sprinkler systems, 5 driveways that don't have the stub for the sidewalk, and then there's 2 landscape areas, plus I believe there's some others, I didn't look at every property, that will be affected by having the sidewalks on there. Quite frankly, the street, there's 3 reasons why you're on the street. You live there, you visit there, or you're lost. It doesn't lead anywhere, you don't really go anywhere there, you're coming there strictly to see the people there. I will say that in the wintertime, I walk with my wife and the dogs, and the areas west of us that have sidewalks, we don't use the sidewalks because they're usually not as well done, cleaned up as a street. The street has salt on it, and it's a lot safer to walk on the street than it is on the sidewalks. The other thing I would say is that when I go outside and I look, and some of you might notice that I sit outside my 3rd stall garage quite a bit, I'm retired, and I might count a handful of cars parked on the street. There's really, it's a pretty clean street, and certain times of the day there's no cars. With that, the other thing I would say is I would invite the city council to come out and look at our street. I'd gladly show you everything that's going on there. And the trees are an inherent part of our street. It makes it what it is. And if you look at 19th Avenue, when they did that tie into 4th Street to level that out here several years ago, already there's 2 or 3 trees in the boulevard they've had to take out on the north side of 19th Avenue. And I don't know if that was a homeowner decision or if that was strictly from the work to the street there, and it might not have been that, but it's something I'd happen to notice today. I think that's probably all I have to say, but I know some of my neighbors might have some more to add to this. And I appreciate the time to bring this forward.
Thank you, Paul. We have time for one. Does anybody else want to speak, or there will be time come in March and February and March too, but. Harold, sure.
I'm also in the neighborhood, and my name is Paul, Paul Swan. I used to manage the Target Pharmacy, and now I work for Sterling. My wife and I, Jan and I, moved to Austin in 2002, and was attracted to the 9th Street, bought a home there, formerly owned by the Anthonys. Some of you may know them. We have maintained that lot, added quite a bit of landscaping, done things. We're very happy with just the feel and the contentment of that. But I also wanted to address what happens if the planner and the worker that says, I have this great plan for all these sidewalks throughout all of Austin, you know, how do you treat everyone fairly? And I think our sentiment on 9th Street is pretty evident that we really like and we're happy with what we have. I did talk with one elderly person, and I think this would represent across the board in Austin. As sidewalks are added, who maintains them? Either, so the homeowner has to maintain those. As we age, I don't mind cutting grass. I don't like shoveling snow. And I don't like having to pay extra for that. So there's many of us that are in that situation. So that would be one broad thing, to be considerate of the amount of the population that are retired and enjoying what they have. But in the other areas, if there's a high traffic area, or if that area really needs a sidewalk to a school, needs it to a hospital, or there's new construction, you know, the council would have an easy way to say, we have a plan. We already have this devised. We've already thought about that. And you could say, we have sidewalks for you. But in areas that are established, well-developed, content, landscaped, fully treed, mature trees, giving the population and all these different areas. We have a lot of diversity in this town. And in that diversity, some would say, everyone wants a sidewalk. I said, well, we have a plan for you. And for those that say, we really like what we have, we're understanding of you. That's all we're asking. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Second Ward.
Thanks, Paul. All right, maybe one more. That'll be good until March or February. Gerald, I know you, oh, good Lord. Mr. Holm. Name, please, Mr. Holm, and your address. Great.
Walt Alms, Austin. Mayor King and the council, thank you for letting us speak and share our thoughts and comments. One of my concerns, and I've been in the building industry in Austin for 34 years while I was at the college, and still today very heavily involved in the building industry in Austin. We've got in our subdivision, it's called the Busted Edition, there are 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th streets. Not any of those have complete sidewalks. And I guess that would be, so you're gonna walk, what, half a block, 3/4 of a block, a block, and then come to an end? Then the other problem we've got is all of the avenues. We got 17th, 19th, 21st, and 22nd. None of them are complete. They all start, some of them have nothing. And so we're gonna walk a block and then we're in the street. We're gonna walk a block and we're back in the street. So I just don't see where, putting the sidewalk in. And then if we do complete just the Busted Edition, and we're talking a 30 to 50 year plan and replacing streets, I've heard a 50 to 60 year kind of cycle on fixing and redoing roads. If we go to that, we're looking at 30 to 40 years just to complete the sidewalk in Busted Edition. So again, 30 to 40 years to have a complete sidewalk complex finished out there for us. So that's all I have as well. So.
Thank you, Walt. I'm just gonna anticipate everybody's in the same. We understand you're on record that you don't want sidewalks and you've done your homework, but I think that probably the best opportunity is gonna come in, is that March time, February, when we start addressing the projects, the 5 or so projects we have coming. So I think we all note that you're on record stating that you're opposed to the sidewalk addition to the street. So if that's good enough for you guys to be on record, then you can come back and argue your point even further on February or March when you get those notices. Okay? Thank you. See, you saved you about 30 agenda items. You can jump out of here. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the bid opening and award number 6. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is there any other public that wishes to speak on the CIP? If not, then I'll certainly entertain a resolution for adopting our CIP 5.
So moved.
Second. Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Ashton.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Very good. Now under the bid opening and award number 6, a series of resolutions receiving bids for the EQ digester cover number 1 replacement. Stephen?
We'll just run through 6A, B, and C all at the same time since they're all tied together with our EQ digester cover replacement. This is a project that mirrors a cover replacement that we did back in 2022. We have EQ digester, part of our industrial facility at the wastewater treatment plant. It is not part of our larger treatment plant project. This infrastructure is staying on site and was not planned to be part of the larger project. That's why we're bringing this forward to you at this time. So there are 3 steps to this process. A is to award the bids to the low bidder. We advertised this project through our normal advertising channels, and we received 3 bidders. The low bidder was Waukesha Construction, Inc. in the amount of $2,764,000. There was an alternate on the project, and that alternate came in at a $20,000 deduct. It's related to coatings, but the deduct applies to coatings that we put on the first digester cover, and we're already seeing some failures on that coating, so we don't recommend moving forward with alternate number one, but we recommend using the Tenemic coatings that were part of the total base bid. So with that, and again, I'll continue on with the others, but we would recommend awarding this project to Waukesha Construction. They were the same contractor that did the cover a couple years ago, so they have experience with it, they know what to expect, and we feel that they would be a good contractor, although the low bidder as well, still a good contractor for this project. Also for your review tonight then is an agreement, item B, is an agreement with Hormel through our industrial process that would, the agreement would lay out the details of the repayment schedule for this project. This project would be funded 100% through our industrial plant funds, and the agreement is detailed there for you. It's actually, we have a 30-year treatment agreement with Hormel Foods. That agreement was started back in 1995. So this is an amendment to that 30-year agreement. Again, this is all the coinciding same steps that we did with the cover replacement back in 2002. Total project, when you add in all of the engineering fees for this agreement, repayment is $2,911,387. So that is item B on the 6B on the council agenda. And then lastly, item 6C is related to the construction engineering. We have a proposal from SEH to complete all of the administration and engineering involved, oversight of the construction, evaluation of the coatings and welds, and all of those items related to this cover construction. Their estimated cost for construction management is $120,000. So we would recommend as item 6C, awarding that consultant services contract to SEH. Open it up to council if you have any questions.
Thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions for Mr. Lang? If not, we'll take resolution 6A. Looking for resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. 6B, resolution for approving an amendment to the wastewater treatment plant agreement with Hormel Foods.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin,
Abstain.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0 with one abstaining, Your Honor.
Thank you. 6C is resolution approving the consulting services contract with SEH.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Moving on to petitions and requests. Item number 7 is resolution approving the tax levy for 2024. Tom?
We had our Truth and Taxation hearing on December 6th, and at that meeting, council made a motion to approve the tax levy for 2024 at $8,752,000. So that's what we would request council officially approve tonight.
Okay. Council, any questions? Looking for resolution for item number 7.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yeah.
Baskin,
Nay.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Ellie,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-1, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 8 is resolution adopting the budget for 2024. Tom?
Next resolution, as discussed at the December 6th Truth and Taxation hearing, would set the original budget for 2024 at $46,002,529, and that was approved at the Truth and Taxation hearing as a recommendation.
Okay. Council, need a resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thomas?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 9 is resolution authorizing the cancellation of certain ad valorem tax levies. Tom?
When the city council passed the 2015 A bond issue for the Austin Utilities Central Facility, the resolution's on file with the county that says if there's not enough revenue coming in to pay the bonds, the city council would levy a tax on that. Well, the Austin Utilities has that built within their rate structure, so they don't need the additional revenue to pay the bonds off. Therefore, we need council to pass a resolution saying we won't tax the citizens for that because there's enough revenue to pay for it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Baskin.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0.
Thank you. Item number 10 is a resolution approving the budget adjustment number 5, public safety aid transfers. Tom?
As was discussed at the last meeting, we're going to be getting about $1.1 million of public safety aid as part of the last legislative session. Proposing to use about $104,000 of that for police squad car cameras next year, and would like to put the remaining $1,054,000 in the fire fleet fund in order to pay for the new $1.6 million fire truck. At the same time, council, as you noted, we did transfer $1.5 million back in 2021 to finance the new truck, but now since we have some public safety aid, we'd like to transfer that back to the CIP revolving fund so that in 2024, council can look at some additional capital projects to fund that are on the kind of the wish list. In addition, in 2024, we'll also be doing some stuff to rename the fire fleet fund so we can fund some SCBAs out there. Those could be $500,000 by the time every 15 years comes up, but that's something we'll deal with in 2024.
Thank you, Tom. Council, any questions? If not, need a resolution.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yes.
Baskin.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 11 is a resolution granting the renewals of the 2024 licenses for the sale of hard liquor on sale, Sunday hard liquor on sale, and Sunday wine on sale, and 3-2 beer on and off sale. Ann?
This is our last resolution for the liquor licenses for the year. These are the ones that are issued solely by the city. So we would request that you approve that. And then also dealing with number 12 at the same time, New Year's Eve is on a Sunday this year, so Quattro Copas would like to have a 2023 Sunday liquor license.
Okay, we'll take 11 first. Looking for resolution.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Baskin.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thanks, Tom. And then item number 12 is a resolution that Ann spoke of, granting the 2023 Sunday hard liquor on sale license to Quattro Copas Bar and Lounge.
So moved.
Is there a second? Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Baskin.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 13 is a motion designating the Austin Daily Herald as the official newspaper for 2024. Tom?
On an annual basis, council needs to designate an official newspaper for our publication, legal publications, et cetera. The Austin Daily Herald is the only one that qualifies that under state statute. And for 2024, they have proposed to freeze the rate as the same rate in 2023 at $5.64 per column inch.
All right, council looking for a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item number 14 is resolution approving an agreement for transfer of service territory rights between Austin Utilities and the Freeborn Mower Electric Cooperative, and Mark Nybar was here last meeting, so I'm looking for resolution for that move.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Baskin.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 15 is resolution approving a change order, number 2 for the wastewater treatment plant project. Stephen?
At the last work session, we reviewed a list of about 25 work change directives that have come up over the past few months related to the project that's going on at the Austin wastewater treatment plant. Those work change directives are both additional cost items to the project, and then also there are some cost savings to the project. And then when we look at that even closer, they could have a cost impact on the domestic portion of the plant, in a positive or negative manner, and then also the industrial fund and the industrial portion of the plant in a positive or negative manner. So before you tonight is, if I jump to the second page, which is the spreadsheet that details it a little bit clearer, I guess, in the way I like to look at things. I highlighted items on there in red that changed from our last work session discussion. Work change directive 16, that is a credit on the industrial side. The new total, I believe it decreased by a couple $1,000s down to a credit of $157,467. Work change directive 26 was eliminated from this change order. It just wasn't ready. We didn't have all the proper signatures and dollar amounts figured on that one. Same would apply to work change directive 29. That was removed from this change order. And then at the very bottom, work change directive 34, 35, and 36 had some slight changes to them. That's why I have them there in red. But you can see that for this change order, it has an impact to the domestic fund of $361,462.13, and an impact on the industrial side of the project of $113,175.87. The work change directives that were signed were all detailed there in the backup material, and a little more backup was provided regarding the SCADA item that you
Yeah, I
requested.
got that, thank you.
With that, we would recommend approval of this change order. It would authorize work to proceed on these items and then payment to occur sometime after the first of the year. If you have any questions.
Council, questions, Mr. Lang?
Got what I needed, motion to approve.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Pashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 16 is a resolution approving an individual control mechanism agreement with Lansing Landfill. Stephen?
The next few items are all related to ICM agreements. We do these this time of year to set discharge parameters for industrial facilities within the city of Austin. We always call these ICM agreements, but they're actually permits. We're essentially permitting an entity to discharge to the city of Austin with those specific parameters. So just want to make council aware, a lot of times we will work with these industrial facilities to come up with an agreement that works for both of us. But these are actually permits where the city can solely set what we want those requirements to be, and the permittee has to abide by them if they want to discharge at the city of Austin. So a little different way of looking at it. We will continue to do the same way we always have, where we work with the companies, we bring you a signed ICM agreement to review, and then that way you know that the party that we're working with has agreed to those terms. But there may be cases where that doesn't happen, and I wanted to let the council know that this is really a permit that we are providing to these entities. So that's kind of a general overview of all of them and how it applies. First for you tonight, though, is the ICM permit with WCI Lansing Landfill. We discussed this at a previous work session, and I noted in your backup memo the items that we changed for this ICM agreement. They all mainly fall under the general permit conditions, item 7, which was that item L, we are proposing to require a PFAS management plan provided to us by the permittee by July 1st, 2024. That would then be reviewed by the city, and if approved, it would need to be implemented by the end of this 2-year agreement, which is December 31st of 2025. Item M includes some additional language that allows the city to end or renegotiate the permit if we get new restrictions put upon us by a government entity. Item N is setting the 2-year term of the agreement. And then finally, in the appendix, there were most of our testing parameters were to be done quarterly. We did have a few of them that were to be done yearly. We consolidated so that all of them now are to be done quarterly. So those were the recommended changes. This has been reviewed and signed by Waste Connections Incorporated, Lansing Landfill. So we would recommend approval of this 2-year ICM agreement or permit.
Council, any questions?
So moved. I have one for Stephen. So I appreciate you kind of calling out some of these changes here. When we talked about this at the work session, you were not necessarily recommending approval of it. Are you just recommending approval because it came out of work session and so we got a few changes? Or do you feel that this is a deal worth approving based on your previous concerns?
Adding item L gives some substance to this and helps. So that helps set a plan for moving forward.
Okay.
That plan then has some timeline set to it, so that's an improvement. Shortening the term down to 2 years and giving us a shorter time frame for this to come back and review, that's a positive. So those are both benefits that came out of the work session.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 17 is a resolution approving an ICM agreement with New Tech Biosciences. Stephen?
Yeah, since NewTek went online with their facility, we've been working with them to establish rates and testing parameters. We've been doing 6-month agreements until they kind of get their system worked out, and this continues that process of another 6-month agreement. We set the original parameters based on what was anticipated to come from the facility, and as they continue working through their startup procedures, working out those processes, they still haven't fine-tuned everything to fit within the parameters. So that's why we would still just recommend a 6-month agreement. This is set to expire June 30th of 2024.
Excellent, thank you. Any questions, council? Looking for resolution for item number 17.
So moved.
Second.
Thomas?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 18 is a resolution approving an ICM agreement with GNR Truck Wash. Stephen?
Yeah, this agreement holds all the previous parameters and requirements and just extends it for another 3 years, expiring December 31st of 2026.
Excellent. Council, any questions for item number 18? Looking for resolution, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 19 is a resolution approving an ICM agreement with International Paper. Stephen?
Yeah, this is a modification. We're actually opening up their current ICM agreement or permit. We're in year 1 of it, and we're opening it to add some additional PFAS testing language. I believe it's quarterly testing that we have added to the document. They have reviewed it, and I believe they are in agreement. So that is the only thing that would change. The term is now 2 years out from today, December 31st of 2025, which it was originally. And again, just adding that PFCS family of chemical testing quarterly.
Okay. Council, any questions? Looking for resolution for 19.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Baskin.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 20 is a resolution accepting these donations. There's 3 of them, a $20 gift from Richard Lees to the police weight room, $2,500 from Belita Schindler for the cross-country ski program, $11,716.26 from Minnesota Eats Moore County SHIP grant for the healthy food supplies concessions. With those, looking for resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Sure.
Baskin,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Also, I want to remind people that that's still ongoing, the flower donation program for our spring and all summer long flowers. Just please either stop down City Hall or write a check or take a credit card over the phone from Mr. Dankert. So just a reminder to the folks that might be watching and those that are in here to spread the word. Still looking for donations. Thank you. Item number 21 is a resolution approving the 2024 seasonal and part-time wage resolution. Trish?
Good evening, council and mayor. Before you tonight is a resolution for the 2024 seasonal pay resolution. This is something that we review annually and put in place for the following year. It takes into account the new minimum wage increase effective January 1st, 2024. This has been reviewed by all department heads and departments with their input and changes to the different positions and different levels.
Okay. Council, any questions?
I've got one. It's probably for Chief McCoy, actually. The paid on-call firefighter initial training period. Looks like that's set at minimum wage. How long does that training period go for?
They're paid starting in January, and they're paid to do their work at home, and it is a total of 7 weekend days. And we put them on shift June 1st. So they'll start January 1st.
Okay. Has that been an issue in trying to recruit folks? The fact that they start at a different wage than ultimately what they end up making?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Trish, is there, I think that keeping consistency and not having it be kind of arbitrary makes a ton of sense. Do we feel like these are the right wages for us to be able to attract talent, with just where the labor market's at and where it's going?
I believe so. In talking with representative from Park and Rec, usually, or an area we've had some difficulty has been swim instructors and lifeguards. But I think that we're going to be able to fill that area using the wages that we have.
Thank you.
If no further questions, looking for resolution for item number 21.
So moved. Second, whatever.
Tom?
Councilmember Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Baskin, Fisher, Bashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 22 is a motion approving an earned sick and sick policy. Trish?
So
Safe and sick policy.
effective January 1, 2024, there is a new earned sick and safe time law that goes into place. So this policy is an expansion of our current sick leave policy, expanding that sick leave to include the earned sick and safe time requirements and guidelines. There aren't any new additions to the time that our full-time employees will be earning. This will be mainly new to seasonal, temporary, and paid on-call firefighters, which normally do not or currently do not earn any type of sick leave. So this will be in place, new for them, January 1, and the policy as outlined does meet all of the requirements of the new law. And again, basically expands our current sick leave to include all of the necessary requirements. The policy has been reviewed by city attorney and finance department for implementation purposes.
Council, any questions for item number 22?
Trish, how does this, I get that we're pretty well handcuffed by state law. How does this work? Like, so if I'm a lifeguard at the pool and I work 90 hours over the course of a month,
Yeah.
I have 3 hours of sick, do we then have to pay that out as an additional bonus, or how does that?
We will not be paying that out. There was some guidelines in place that if we were to front-load some of those banks, that there was a payout requirement, but we're not going to be front-loading those, but you are correct. As long as you've worked 80 hours in a calendar year for the city of Austin, you're going to earn a prorated portion of sick leave
Got
to
it.
be able to be used, so.
So does this then increase in part our cost structure because you've got somebody who may, hey, I'm gonna take Wednesday off, getting ready to go back to college, now we've gotta pay
We're gonna
them
have
for,
to, yeah, and then we're gonna have to backfill the position or the
fantastic, thank you,
Schedule.
state of Minnesota.
Any other questions, Trish? Looking for resolution for item number 20, that's a motion for item number 2022, or 22.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 23 is a motion approving a revised vehicle use policy and new take-home vehicle policy. Trish?
So the policy before you tonight is a revision of our current vehicle usage policy, which was included in your packet and was very brief. So there's an expansion of the policy itself, and then also a new policy for a take-home vehicle. And the requirement to have these policies in place is in compliance with the IRS guidelines to have a policy in place for the take-home vehicle portion, and then again, expansion of our current vehicle use policy.
Okay. Council, any questions for item number 23? If not, looking for a motion.
So, I guess maybe not a question, but there are concerns, been expressed, and I have them about folks that this is gonna affect financially. I understand this isn't something that we're asking to make happen. This is something that the federal government is telling us to make happen. If I'm reading this correctly, if we don't vote this through, it actually will likely penalize the employees worse because they will have the federal reimbursement rate.
Correct.
Okay.
This policy allows us to follow the commuting method that the IRS has
Okay.
as an option.
So I'm in favor of that because that's lower, and I will likely vote yes on this with the, I guess I just want to express that I'm going to vote yes with the intention of finding a way to try and make it whole for the employees that have this sudden chunk getting taken out of their paycheck. And how that best gets done, whether it's a monthly, yearly, we can figure that out. But, we're not as a city asking for this policy, and I understand the employees certainly aren't. So I want to find a way around that.
I appreciate that, Councilmember Postman. I did talk to Mr. Lang today. There are some folks here that do have take-home vehicles. We'll allow them, Mr. Lang, to speak on their behalf anyway, and that maybe council can ask some questions prior to the closed session. We'll open it up before we go into the closed session for just what you're talking about, so.
Okay.
So with that, looking for a motion to approve the revised vehicle policy, new take-home vehicle policy.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. Item number 24 is a summary of our closed meeting held on December 5th. That is required by law to come out into the first public meeting after that closed session, so I'll read the statement as follows here. Summary of the closed meeting held December 5th, 2023. The City Council held closed meetings for the purpose of evaluating the performance of City Administrator Craig Clark and Human Resource Director Trish Weichman. Each meeting was held separately as required by statute. All members of the council and I were present. Other than that, only the City Attorney Craig Byram was present. In both meetings, the results of the recent employee survey conducted by Employee Strategies were noted as the basis of conducting the evaluations. In both meetings, an open and constructive discussion occurred regarding how the realities of the two positions may create an environment in which Mr. Clark and Ms. Weichman are negatively impacted in their relationship with other employees, both individually and collectively during union negotiations. The council acknowledged their role in setting policies and standards to which both Mr. Clark and Ms. Weichman are expected to adhere. The council recognized that this likely causes each of them to take criticism from city employees that should more properly be borne by the council. In both meetings, the council noted that it is always important for council to speak as one voice with clear expectations, and that failures to do so add to employees expressing concerns about trust and communication in relation to both of these positions. In Mr. Clark's performance review, the council expressed a generalized support of Mr. Clark, including a recognition he has many admirable strengths and skills that benefit the city's operation and council and the community at large. The council noted that additional and modified communication of administration and council priorities and policies would benefit both Mr. Clark and his performance of his duties. The mayor, council member at large, and city attorney have met with Mr. Clark and have discussed with Mr. Clark and the council's suggestions in this regard, including seeking additional training or guidance related to interpersonal skill development, especially in the area of conflict resolution and soft skills. The council also intends to continue to move forward with 360 evaluations, beginning with Mr. Clark. Ms. Weichman's performance evaluation was noted that Ms. Weichman reports to Mr. Clark and that a performance evaluation of her is best done by or through Mr. Clark. Concerns, if any, about her performance are best communicated to Mr. Clark as her supervisor, and council was encouraged to do so. It was further discussed that Ms. Weichman is performing many human resource-related tasks which may impact her ability to achieve outcomes that might be facilitated with additional employees in her department. Consideration of this may be included in future council staffing and budget decisions. That is a summary of our December 5th closed session. With that, we'll open it up to anybody here that's looking to address council items that weren't on the agenda. Hearing none, on to reports and recommendations. State Administrator, Craig?
Thank you, Mayor, members from the community and department meetings. You know, we've heard a lot of things there through those meetings. I know that hasn't been a comfortable situation, but there's good work in gaining perspectives and understanding from them. Listening has been very important, and I've been engaged in those, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of those. Our roles, things that I've heard from the sessions, there's been obviously a lot of things put on the table, but I've tried to go through and highlight items that I have kind of seen some, I don't know, several indications and kind of themes that have come about. Certainly isn't necessarily an exhaustive list, and there's been a lot that have been added, and not to diminish each individual one that's been added, but some that I've taken away and demonstrate, you know, trying to listen and see what's being told. Our roles and responsibilities vary greatly, but we all have positive goals for the city of Austin, and clarifying these and developing a more unified response can help our communications and trust issues. I've heard a lot of discussion about professional development and recognition of anniversaries, years of service, and those sorts of things when individuals are promoted in their position, making special notice of those and accommodation. Organizational trust has been a key consideration, not just relying on our adoption of different things, but also explaining the why behind those are really important. Reach out and go even further to try to explain in more details on the various items and issues that we are dealing with that impact employees. Communications is clearly a component of those discussions. We are a very fiscally prudent community, but choosing our words wisely is really important. Recognizing that we're not just expense sheet, but we're also need people to deliver the services that our residents and businesses have come to rely upon. The collective bargaining process is always a difficult one, trying to go through and gain a better understanding so that both sides feel better heard in that process was a consistent theme that I picked up on. I want to let you know today I don't have all the answers to these questions, but know we'll work with council to come forward and work with staff to find an overall path forward for staff. It's imperative that we do that. We will need some outside support for that. It's critically important work, and having that navigation with some expertise, third-party expertise will be really important. So I wanted to share those things with council and the public as we move forward on this important process.
Okay. Thank you, Craig. Anybody, department heads? No.
No.
City Council. Joyce.
Being that it's our last meeting of the year, I just want to make a little statement here. As we stand on the threshold of a new year, I want to present my personal goals and aspirations for 2024. This year has brought both challenges and rewards, and it is with a renewed sense of purpose and unity that we approach the new year. My goals personally for 2024 are centered around excellence, engagement, transparency, and communication. We must strive for excellence in all of our endeavors, ensuring that we meet and exceed expectations. Continued employee engagement is of utmost importance. We must strive to invest in our employees to ensure job satisfaction and employee retention, fostering collaboration and communication, and breaking down silos to enhance the overall culture. Council needs to be held to high accountability standards, including transparency measures. And finally, we need to strengthen our connection with the community through open forums, meetings, and proactive outreach. We need to listen and understand their needs and concerns. So with that, I hope we approach 2024 with enthusiasm, resilience, and a shared commitment to the well-being of the city of Austin. I also would like to take a minute to thank Ann Kazel for her many years of dedicated, truly dedicated service. I don't even know how we're going to survive without her. But thank you, Ann, very much for everything you've done.
Very good. Thank you, Joyce. Paul?
Thanks, Craig, for a little summary of our meetings, and thank you to all the city employees. The last couple of weeks haven't been easy for anybody, but they've been productive, and I want to say thank you and hope for the best for all the departments.
Thank you, Paul. Jason?
Yeah, three things really briefly. One is I would also thank city employees. I mean, I think it's been really good, constructive, productive conversations. I think somebody put it well in one of the sessions I attended that, a lot of these things didn't come overnight. A lot of these things have come over the last 10, 15 years. And, acknowledging that we've got to talk about some stuff and having a good, open, and honest dialogue is a really important step. And I think there's a universal commitment to taking what we've got and making sure that we move forward in the right way. And it won't be a smooth and easy path, but we're moving in the right direction. Second, would also recognize, congratulations, Ann. You will be missed incredibly much. Obviously, being able to move to the third biggest city in Minnesota, 4 times our size, get it, but you will be very much missed, and thank you for dealing with all my random questions over the last 5-6 years of trying to figure out this role. So thank you. And then finally, I do have the honor of reading the anniversaries for folks who started with the city of Austin during the month of December over the years. So first one, Dave McKeegan in the police department. Not sure what kind of future he's got, but I think he did okay. 26 years. Kenneth Bell, crossing guard, 13 years. Derek Ellis, police department, 9 years. Craig Clark guy, administration, 9 years. Fred Hughesmuller, building, 9 years, and is a very good third grade basketball coach, I can guarantee that. Much more patience than I would have for those girls. Tony Martin, streets, 3 years. Brianne Wolf, administration, 2 years. Meredith Maloney at the Nature Center, 1 year. Jesse Betts at the police department, 1 year. And Zach Sauer in our sign and traffic department, 1 year as well. So thank you for all of your contributions.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Jeff?
Just first, and quick question. In the regular packet, under the consent agenda, what am I looking for here? Melissa Benorden is listed to the library board, term expiring 12/31/26. In the additions, she's listed again, term expiring 24.
So there was a term kind of swap today with the library at the last minute, so the updated would be the correct one.
Okay, just wanted to check on that. Guess then I'd also like to express my appreciation and thanks to the employees for sitting down and meeting with us. Wish it could have been in all of them because they were so much fun. But it was good to sit down and talk to you, and the ones I was in, I think we all learned a lot, and we'll move forward in a positive way with this. Also, I'd like to express my appreciation to Ms. Kazel for her years of service to the city of Austin. I know she has been a tremendous help to me over the years, answered a lot of questions, and helped me quite a bit in my role as a council member. So wish you nothing but the best, Ann. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff. Jeff?
Stephen, really, all kidding aside, I appreciate the fact that you were much righter than me. If I have to exchange your Bush latte for something you like, I will do that.
But it wasn't cheap. I wasn't the only.
Thank you for being my straight man. I appreciate it. It's not just you, but it was really, really well done. I think we all sat through some painful employee meetings. What impressed me the most was how well prepared so many people were. A lot of thought, a lot of, and a lot of sincere desire to candidly address problems. We agreed on some, we didn't agree on some, but it wasn't for lack of preparation on the part of the employees, and I really appreciate that. And Ann, just like everybody else. Happy for you, sad for us.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff?
Mike?
From the Discover Austin folks, the 2024 Austin Visitors Guide is out, and they are super amazing and popular. I think we went through all 25,000 that we printed last year. They fly out of the rest stops. So get yours today, or just check out the website where it's posted. Thanks to everybody who took out some advertisements in there to help pay for that. It's a great way to spread the word of Austin. Also want to say my thanks to everybody who came to the meetings. I think there was general consensus that we all wish we could have been at all of them, but understand why we couldn't. And I think it was really, it was hard work, but it was important work. And I think a lot of us took a lot away from it. And so we just appreciate your trust in coming and speaking at those meetings. Then I will leave with my thanks to Ann. She was very helpful when I got started in this role. I tried to think of the best parting gift we could for her, and I'm pretty sure there's some 2020 COVID election pens that we might be able to give her in the voting office. Just 2 or 3 of those left. Yeah, all right.
Excellent. Thanks, Mike.
Everybody had to have their own pen.
Everybody got their own pen.
Thank you. Laura?
Couple of things from the world of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry. The Hormel Nature Center interpretive building is going to be closed on Sundays. That's a decision that was made based on staffing. Of course, nature never closes, so the trails and so forth that are always open, as is the porta potty. We will be welcoming our new Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Director, Jason Sehan, on Tuesday, January 2nd. The public is invited to stop by and meet Jason at 4 p.m. on that day at City Hall. Employees will have other times to interface, but are welcome to meet him at that time too. As I've said before, we worked very hard to find the right person for this role, and I'm excited to see him jump in and get to know everyone in our Parks Department who have done a great job of keeping all the wheels on the bus all these months that it took us to get a new director in place. I also wanted to comment on the department meetings. I want to say thank you to the employees for taking the time to show up. But I also will acknowledge that this was a big time commitment for the mayor and the other council members as well. This is out of the ordinary for what we would usually commit to our city council role. So I'm glad we had so much engagement. Here's what I heard from employees. I heard that we have a lot of passionate, talented, dedicated people who work for the city, which is excellent. We're very lucky in that way. I heard that employees are well aware of the need to really steward city resources, and that's part of their work day in, day out, week in, week out. I heard them asking for better communication. I heard them asking for respect and recognition of their service to the city. I heard them asking for fair pay, fair benefits, and fair treatment, which fair treatment includes being consistent across all departments and following rules, applying them equally to everyone. So those are my themes and my take-homes, and I think they're all very reasonable, and we have a direction to move. I continue to believe that we are actually all one team, that there aren't any bad actors. I don't think anyone who is involved in this wants to take the city down or is doing something just for their own personal ego or benefit. I think that we truly are a group of people who are trying to do what's best for the city. And there just really isn't a villain or a bad guy to blame. I do think we need to spend our time articulating organizational values. I don't think we all agree on what the city is about, and it has gotten us a little out of balance and out of whack. I think we need to also use our resources, develop the skills of our leaders. And then the other thing I will say is I think our leadership team is a little out of balance. And although we have individual people who have strengths and talents, we're missing communication and interpersonal relationships at that highest level. And somehow we need to pull that piece in, whether it's developing the leaders we have, bringing in somebody else on the team. But it's clear to me that that everyone is doing their best and is trying to do what's right for the community, but yet we're left with these big communication misses. We're left with a lot of hard feelings. And so I think we need to work on our leadership team, develop skills, get it in balance, talk about our values. And that's what I'll be pushing for as we go forward. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura, and also thank you to all the council for making those department meetings a priority. I know it was a heavy lift, but it was necessary, and I appreciate all the employees that turned out. Not very many people missed, so it was a great opportunity for everybody to air any of their comments they had. I want to end on a high note, an array of hope for a little story. The last meeting that we had was the wastewater treatment plant meeting on Wednesday, I believe. I think it was Wednesday. And at that meeting, and a few other meetings, I had heard some intimation that they weren't, good luck with that holiday mixer, we're probably not going to come. And so I just, towards the end of that meeting with the wastewater treatment plant, just asked very genuinely that I appreciate where they're at, and they're maybe not in a joyful mood to come and share holiday spirit, but I just asked if for no other reason, please come because you're hungry. And it was, thank you, Bree Wolf, for the food. She did a great job arranging it. But the ray of hope for me was at 2 o'clock, the first people that came down those stairs was about all 12 to 15 of those wastewater treatment guys that said maybe they weren't coming. So I said it at the time. I really, really appreciated that effort that you took. It means a lot. And that's what is going to help us overcome these challenges is the give and take of both sides. So I really, really appreciate that. That was very heartening for me. So thank you. With that, we'll take a motion to adjourn to our January 2nd, 2024 meeting in council chambers.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We'll take a break and go into a open session first, then close it, I guess.